Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gents. It's Corey Wesley coming to you live and in living color from New York, Harlem, to be exact. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk with Corey Wesley. I've got the red one today. Now, if you want to purchase one, somebody asks you, can I get one of those? Yes, you can. It is on miltonwest.co. That is for company. I will put the link down below in the details section of this video on YouTube. And you can click and go through. I have some other cool mugs. We're going to create more. Milton West is fairly, maybe now a quarter of it's a year old. So, I'm starting to expand our canvas art as well as our mug collection. Due to the pandemic, our throw blankets aren't available right now just because of manufacturing. They reduced their staff so they couldn't produce everything. But we have pillows. Our pillows are amazing. I love our pillows. They have the linen type, which are our premium, and then they have the graphic type that are just, I should lay on mine all the time on the couch. They're great for entertainment. They're colorful. They're bright. So I advise you to check them out. So, yesterday I did a little video about, because as you know, here in New York, Chris Cooper, the African-American advocate who also worked for, which I found out he's a Harvard grad, and he was the person that created the first Marvel gay character. Well, Amy Cooper, which is ironic, she has the same last name. She was the Caucasian woman in Central Park that called the cops on him and threatened him and basically weaponized her privilege and weaponized him being black. When he wasn't really technically harassing her, she said that she said to the police when she called that he was threatening her life. And now this politics did a campaign with an African American, and he says, before you call the cops, this is the first thing I did today. So I did something similar to that. I was very inspired by that. Before you call the cops, know this about me. You should know these things about me before you call the cops. And it just basically humanizes black African-American men, because I think in our society they have made us out to be a threat. And there's a long list of stereotypes, and I'm not going to even go over the stereotypes that really invade my life and all African Americans in general, but men specifically. Throughout our whole entire life, we are judged, we're considered threats, we're marginalized, we're used as in the gay community, also sometimes used as sex objects, the mandingo mentality. And a lot of people don't know that the mandingo term is like a slave story, which you should look up and understand what it means. The story behind the mandingo. And so I did one, and the reception was really, really great, and I'm very pleased. I think it was a positive message. I think it's a way to approach, to certain, demographics and certain genders, and as well as ethnic backgrounds, to, before you call the cops, because really calling the cops on African American men, if it is not justified, can really go left for us. We can lose our jobs, we can go to jail. It's a whole bunch of stuff. We can actually get killed. So I found it to be a very powerful way, but a smart way, and a not so much in your face way, to kind of be an advocate, to be like, oh my God, black power. That's not me, but I found that this was a way to show my discern, or is that a word? I don't know. My my dissatisfaction for what's happening in our community. I think even a lot of my African American friends have, when we were reading the story, all shared their stories about Caucasian women specifically using their privilege and weaponizing that as I'm going to call the cops. And I've had that happen even in, like I said, in a couple of other previous videos, happened in my own house when a hookup went wrong. If I was sleeping with a Caucasian man, if I've asked him to leave or he was not happy with something that I might have said to him, he would use that as his first line of attack. I'm going to call the police. And I've actually had, sadly, a couple of African American girls do that on their boyfriends. And I get angry with them because they have to be careful when you do that. It's really a scary thing. So, what's today? Thursday? You know, I live on Fifth Avenue, right? And that traffic outside tells me that we are slowly reopening. I know the northern Hudson Valley is reopened slowly, and parts of Long Island, I believe. And so I know that New York isn't there yet, New York City, but from what I can hear outside, usually around this time, that's what the traffic usually sounds like. It is now 7-something here in New York, and that is actually what it sounds like. So, are you ready for the city to be reopened? Some of the people across the country, their cities have been open, sort of, kind of. I'm a little nervous, but I feel like, look, I do everything I'm supposed to do, and I pray. I believe in the universe, and I believe in God, and I believe as long as I do what I need to do to protect myself, washing my hands, wearing my mask in public, keeping 6 feet apart, there's not much else I can do. I mean, I do have a close-knit circle. I do trust them. My friend Shaniqua, Sean, and I were talking yesterday about this in very great detail because she's a little concerned. She has her family. She has a large family, and they like to gather like most families do. And I believe that it's really important to have these conversations about how we're going to navigate through this process. This process is going to be unique and different for us. That's why I've been having conversations about dating, how are you going to hook up, because, as a single man, you have needs. I mean, and your hand is great, but sometimes, having a physical body next to you is great, and you need to be able to vet properly. Those are a lot of issues. Are you ready to sit in a restaurant? I'm not. I'm not sure if it circulates in air conditioned. I'm just really, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, if they say that they were going to put some stuff, like seating, outdoor seating, I think I would be okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with outdoor seating. But going to sit down, y'all need to have some really extra precautions. However, I mean, if you think about it, though, you were going out before we actually went into shut down kind of quarantine. So weeks before that, we were going out, and depending, God, willing that you did not get sick, and if you did, that you recovered, that you were in environments that obviously, like a restaurant with air conditioning, your chances were great then when we didn't even know about it. So I don't think a lot has changed, although it has. I think knowledge is power, and I think now that we know how this transmits, we have to be a little bit cautious. I'm just worried that a vaccine is going to be longer than they anticipate. I mean, if you think about HIV, there is no vaccine, and if they can come up with a vaccine for this fairly quickly, why couldn't they come up with a vaccine for HIV much faster? Although I gotta say, there is progress in medication, and men and women who do have HIV do live long. But it will be interesting to see how quickly they come up with a vaccine. This is very different than a flu, as we all know, and so this is very important for us to just keep doing what we're doing, take your vitamins, keep your immune system up. I think that's what I saw on a news report, is that as we reopen, it's important to keep your immune system up. That's why I actually drink ginger tea. I have it right here because somebody asked me, because I guess on one of my videos I must have said I was ordering or drinking ginger tea, and my friend Sean, she asked me was it caffeine free. So this is the ginger tea that I purchased on Amazon. Although I need to stop purchasing stuff on Amazon, I did start telling everybody that when you are purchasing right now, because small businesses are suffering. I'm a business owner. Amazon takes about 30% of your business's profits. So if you find something on Amazon and you can find out what the company is, because they tell you what the company is, go to their website directly. You know, I was using Uber Eats, and I like Chipotle, and Chipotle is like on 125th Street. Well, you know what I did? I mean, although you are helping the delivery guys and stuff, but Uber Eats is kind of expensive, right? So I went to Chipotle's website themselves, and guess what? Free delivery. And the money is going directly to Chipotle and the workers that are there. So I feel like, you know, somebody once posted on my thing, oh, well, you're still contributing to small businesses. I get it, but people work for those small businesses. So, I'm still fortunate enough to work from home. So those people that were at work or had to go to work or, you know, delivering, they need to get paid. And unfortunately, buying stuff from big businesses is sometimes necessary, but I do highly recommend, as a small business owner, it's important that you don't forget as we reopen to contribute to small businesses. So what else is going on? Oh my God, if you have Amazon Prime, I highly recommend watching this show called Upload. I really enjoyed it. The guy who plays the lead character, he's hot. I gotta get his name and look him up. But I don't want to become a stalker. I don't want to stalk people. But anyway, I watched the rest of it. It does have like 10 episodes though. So if you're trying to binge, you ain't gonna binge all night. But I did go back to it last night, and I really enjoyed it. Although the ending is very heartbreaking and a jerker, and I wonder if it's going to have a season 2. I hope so, because I'm very interested how it ended. It kind of makes you like, ooh, wow. Yeah, I was, and then I had to go to sleep after that because I was kind of a little sad, but then I was like, wow. And lately I've been going to bed kind of early, like an old man, 10:30. Anyway. That's all I really had to say to y'all today. You know, I'm still trying to work out the kinks and the content. You know, a friend of mine said, well, Corey, you ain't gonna be famous because, you know, you're not gonna get a lot of followers because you're not really talking about any gossip or TV and stuff. And I said, well, that's okay. Everything is not for everyone. Everything is not for everybody. And everyone is not looking for a number of 1,000 followers. Although it does help with monetizing. Sorry, it's early. Monetizing on YouTube. But it takes about 4,000 viewing hours and 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize. I ain't in a rush, girl, please. I enjoy talking to the camera, looking at myself. Oh, I'm starting to sweat. You know, that ginger tea. This is good for you. It reduces inflammation, so I drink one thing of that. I don't know what I'm going to do in the summer, but I might just chuck it up because that'll keep my immune system up since my antibodies came back negative. Although, again, that doesn't really mean anything. They're saying these tests don't really mean anything. It's just a starting point. It's better to have something than not have something. It's just like knowing if you're positive or negative HIV. It's the same concept. You still got to protect yourself. There are other things out there in the world that you can catch. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you for tuning into Kitchen Table Talk. This is what you do at the table. My friend said, yeah, you be all over the place. Well, that's what happens at the kitchen table. People be all over the damn place. Hopefully you got something from it. If you didn't, sorry. Move on. Ain't for you. Anyway. That's not nice. And I'm a polite person, so anyway. I got my Milton West shirt on. Anyway, everybody, I hope you have a great day. Remember, today is the best day ever. Why? Because you are a part of it. And remember to stay blessed because you're already blessed. Have a good day, everybody. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay!